Hey everyone, alright, so first thing, sorry we haven't made a video in a long time. I think I'm actually going to make a vlog of a kind of about why we haven't made a video, but this video I'm actually going to talk about books. I don't have school today, so it's kind of been one of those lazy days and it's been snowing all day long, so I just decided that I'm going to talk about some books that I've recently been reading slash have read, and I kind of want to review those for you, not give anything away, but just kind of what they are, what I like about books, things like that. So, when I was in high school, I hated reading books. I hated reading all those books that they made you read for classes. They were so dumb. I never read any book. I think The Great Gatsby was the only book that I actually somewhat enjoyed. So, yeah, that's saying a lot. And I totally just like disregarded any type of reading. I'm like, I can't read. I read the Twilight books, which I actually really did enjoy when the movie came out, and I think that's kind of what sparked me wanting to read again, because I didn't actually read the Twilight books, I think, until my sophomore, no, it had to be like my junior year of high school. I'm a sophomore in college now, so, um, but yeah, it kind of just sparked what I was, my reading, I guess, again. And so I decided that I actually kind of like sci-fi books. Most people think of sci-fi as like aliens and weird boy type things, and it's not that. I mean, I enjoy books that take me away from the place that I am right now. It's hard for me to read a book that has to deal with people dying of cancer or um like, let's see, for example, Nicholas Sparks. He is a great writer and he writes really good books. I just cannot get into them. Like, it's really hard for me to read those kind of books. I don't know why. It kind of makes me feel depressed because I'm like reading about someone else's life that's still real life, you know what I mean? And it still kind of depresses me to read them. But my mom, she loves them, you know? But I feel like for me, that's why I feel like the Twilight books, everyone loves them because it takes you away from a place that, where things don't exist, like vampires and werewolves. It's something different, and I think that's why everyone's so attached to them, and that's such a booming thing at the bookstore and books like that. So it's kind of been the thing I've been reading, is just things that are different from everyday life. It's like it's taking everyday life and adding some supernatural being or supernatural aspect to them, which I get drawn into the book. So that's kind of the books I've been reading lately. The first books I actually started reading in the summer of last year. When I started summer school, I actually started reading these because when I was away at school last year, I actually started watching the True Blood series, the HBO True Blood series, with my cousin. And so there was actually the True Blood series, the show, is based on these books, and they're the Sookie Stackhouse novel books. And this is what one of the books looks like. This is not the first one. This is just one that I grabbed off my shelf. But they look like this. They always have like a vampire. This is supposed to portray Sookie, and then it says this is called From Dead to Worse, and all the titles had the word dead in it, like Club Dead, Dead in Dallas. A disclaimer on these are a very adult read. They are very, let's say, graphic in their descriptions and their content. And so if you're a young reader, I do not suggest these books for many reasons, but I do enjoy them. So if you're a little bit older, these are a really good book. They do use a lot of she does, Charline Harris, sorry, is the lady who writes the books, but she uses a little bit bigger words and more mature content. So I think there's like 9 in the series right now. I think they're done, but I don't, like, when I read the last one, I'm like, oh, is that it? I think so. It sounded like it ended, but I'm not really sure. Like, there could be another one. So, but the TV series and the book series, they're similar, but they're still different, because it's the same thing like movie and books. They're gonna be different to make it more pleasurable for the audience to watch versus a book. So I really do enjoy these ones. This is obviously a vampire book. If you know True Blood, if you watch True Blood, then I suggest maybe pick up the books. They're really interesting, kind of different, but I really did enjoy them, and they took me through most of the summer, so I do recommend these ones. The next books I got were for Christmas. They are called the House of Night novels by PC Cast and Kristen Cast. They're mother-daughter. These have actually been out for a while, but I just got into them because Kayla actually recommended them to me. This is the first book called Marked, and it's about a girl named Zoe who is a vampire, or is becoming a vampire, let's say, and they have to go to school to learn how to be a vampire. And I'm not telling you anything that doesn't already tell you on the back of the book. So that's all I'm going to tell you about this one. But I really do enjoy them. It's kind of mixes like Twilight and Harry Potter, you know, in this book. And I really do enjoy them because I can really identify with the characters. But yeah, I recommend this book for anyone who likes the Twilight book or the Harry Potter book or any of those combos, or just wants a good series of books. It's really good. It's a good easy read, very descriptive writing. I really like that, but it does have a little bit more mature content in it. But I don't think it's anything that 16-year-olds don't go through. So I mean, she's true to the age, and I think that's where her daughter Kristen Cast helped her with. But I do really, really enjoy these books and recommend them. There's Marked, Chosen, Untamed, Hunted, Burned, Tempted, Betrayed. Those are some of the names of the books. I think there's 8 or 9 out right now or something like that. I'm not really sure offhand. I'm kind of just going on a limb. But the next one, which I don't remember the name of it, I don't know if there is a name, but it comes out on the 11th of November of this year. So I'm looking forward to reading that. I'm super, super excited because I read pretty much all the books in less than 2 months. So I think less than 2 months? No, I think it was like less than a month and a half, probably. I don't know. They're just really good, easy read books. So there's that one. The next book I read was called Halo. And this book is, I'm going to show you. I have it on my reader. I had gotten these books before I get my reader, so that's probably what you'll see. But I'll show you what the cover looks like and who it's by, if you can kind of see. I'm going to move my stand closer. The next one I read was Halo. It looks like this. Can you see that? It's like a... But it's by Alexandra Adornetto, is that how you say it? I'm not sure. She is actually a teenager. She is an 18-year-old Australian girl who wrote this book while she was going to school. And so I was really surprised when I started reading it, how really good it was, and how her writing is very mature for her age, and I really did enjoy there. But anyways, Halo is about 3 angels that come to Earth to help a city and the evil that's kind of been surrounding the city. And so the main character, I forget her name. Wow, I just read this book like less than a week ago. Anyways, 3 angels come to Earth, and love and all that stuff goes with it, good against evil, things like that. But this is a really good book, and it's actually a trilogy series. I don't know, but there's going to be more books. Actually, the next one I think comes out in September, called Hades, I think is the next book. So that is looking forward to that one. That was a really good read, and I was surprised when I heard that it was from someone who was around my age, and I knew that I probably could not write a book like that, but I really did enjoy it. It was hard for me to get into at first because I had loved these books so much that I was like, I cannot read anything else. I want the next book to come out. But I really did enjoy that, and I got attached to the characters, and same with the writing, and some of it was like eerie and stuff like that, but you wanted to keep reading. And so that's what I like, is when the author makes me want to keep reading the book and not put it down. So that's what I really do enjoy, that book, and I'm excited for the next book to come out. So that's that book. The next book is called Firelight. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it looks like this. Sorry, it just changed on you, but this is like the cover page. Firelight. Woo! I just dropped it. And it's by Sophie Jordan. And a lot of people are like, oh, Firelight, Twilight, it's the same thing. And it's not. I think the name is similar, yes, but the name suits what the book is about. The book is about a girl named Jacinda, and her and her family live in a pride, or what they call a pride, of Draki, and Drakis are people who are from dragon descent. I know it sounds really weird, and first when I heard it, I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna be so weird. I don't know if I put the book back, and then I'm like, okay, maybe I'll pick it up again, and then so I ended up buying it. Um, but it's actually really good because they're people who turn into like dragons, or like some form of a dragon or whatever. But Jacinda, long story short, has to leave, and she meets a boy, Will, who is actually his family hunts the Draki, and this is what it says on the back of the book. Like I said, I'm not giving you anything away. Hunts the Draki, so she has to deal with falling for this guy and knowing what she is and what he really is, and if they can figure everything out, and all those things that happen from that. This is a good read for younger people, I'd say maybe like 13. I'm pretty sure you can understand most of the things they're talking about in there. Real easy read. You don't have to be a certain age. I mean, if you can read chapter books, then you should be able to read this. And like I said, it takes me to like the different place, and I really do enjoy that. I really did enjoy reading that book. I actually just got finished with that one maybe 3 days ago. And it took me less than a week maybe to read that book. It's not a big book, but it's a really good book. So, last book. Like I said before, all of them are kind of like that sci-fi thing. They're not real, like Nicholas Sparks. And I'm not dissing Nicholas Sparks because I know he writes amazing novels, and the movies that are produced from them, I love them. But for the books, I like reading these type of books. Anyway, the next book, I don't know if anyone's heard of this, but I don't know why I say that, because I'm pretty sure everyone's heard of it, but it's called Fallen. Looks like this, and I actually just bought this today. Was it today? Yeah, today. And I think it's been really big lately, but I've just noticed it. And it's about fallen angels, obviously. I know the Halo book was about angels, but those are about angels that were still angels. These ones are about fallen angels. I think I've been kind of watching YouTube videos on reviews about the books before I buy them, before I waste the money to read books that I'm not going to find interesting. And I actually read a lot of reviews on this book, and how people are saying how it's the next big craze and how they might make a movie out of it or whatever, but I just decided that I thought it would be good. I'm only on like page 5 or so. Like I just said, I bought it today, and I've been kind of reading it. But I feel like it should be a good book. I'm really into reading now, especially since I got this. It's easier to take books with me, and so I really do enjoy that. But anyways, I bought The Fallen and then Torment, I think. That's the second book to the Fallen one. I think there's going to be a third one in the summer. So yeah, those are the books that I've been reading. And I really do enjoy reading now, and it kind of helps me relieve my stress when I've had a lot of work or a lot of school and I just need some time to myself. I just curl up in my bed and read a book, and it's awesome. And I know that some of the books are like young adult readers, and people are really turned off by it being a young adult book. But I mean, like I said, I'm 20 and I'm reading these books and I find them interesting. But I don't ever think you're too old to read a book, or you may be too young to read a book or understand the things that are going on in a book, but I don't think you're ever too old to read any book. Because I mean, I still love books. I think, like, I don't know, what's a book that I like? Rainbow Fish. I like the book The Rainbow Fish, and that's a kid's book, and I love it. It's so cute. So yeah, don't ever be ashamed to pick up a book and start reading it, because if it's something that you're going to enjoy, I don't think anyone else should be like, oh, you read this book? How dare you? I mean, people who are reading the Twilight book, they're like, oh, that's so dumb, and look how popular it's become. Like, they're crazy fans over that book. The movies, the success that that book has gotten, and that writer, I mean, you never know what might happen. So yeah, those are the kind of books I've been reading, and I hope you enjoyed this, or you thought it was helpful, and maybe it'll help you decide that you want to pick up one of these books and start reading it. But yeah, so until next time, I guess, I will see you guys all later. Alright, bye guys.